What exactly is bound, and what are we meant to make boundless? Well, I would say it's your own consciousness, your own awareness. Because if you can make your own awareness boundless, then you're actually going beyond the limitations of this illusion of being a human being. And it's such a great illusion that it is holding most people back entirely from experiencing their true spiritual essence, which is boundless and not limited at all. But for now, we are experiencing a physical world, and we are experiencing a human body, and existing as a physical being forces all kinds of desires on you, on me, on everyone. The body wants to eat, drink, relax, make love, do this and that and the other. There are so many little things this dimension forces onto our infinite awareness that it's easy to lose track completely of who we really are. We start to identify with the desires generated by this dimension and chase them until the grave, completely forgetting that all of this is abnormal to begin with. As infinite awareness, a formless eternal state of consciousness, none of these things would ever be forced upon us at all. So this dimension is in fact very dark in how it operates. Always question where these desires come from. Are they truly coming from my infinite awareness? Or is it the biological body that is trying to force me to go along with an impulse that was programmed into it? Basically, as long as we have the body, we will be confronted by all kinds of impulses and desires. We don't have to force ourselves to ignore them, but in all of it, we should never forget our true nature of formless infinite awareness. It is this forgetting that is the great fall, the great mistake, the great ignorance to be overcome. So whenever you do go along with a certain activity, once you are done with it, whatever it is, always remind yourself afterwards of the truth. I am infinite awareness. These impulses and desires are not of me, but of the body. And as long as I have the body, for now I'll have to sometimes go along with it to make the journey at least a little more comfortable, since it may be decades before it dies. This way you don't have to force yourself to stop going along with the impulses or desires as they arise while you are experiencing the body. But rather you know this is all due to the body and way this dimension functions, and since I clearly am still here, I might as well keep it all balanced and do what needs to be done to keep things comfortable and fun, whilst knowing, or never forgetting, the truth of who I really am. A state of infinite awareness, just going through a human experience. This is something we then have to practice every day, every single second of our existence here, the perception of being infinite awareness. It must be practiced at all costs, it must be remembered, so that when death comes, you have fully trained yourself to break out of the reincarnation cycle entirely, for you no longer have any ties to a human life left. Nothing. No friends, family, earthly activities, nothing. No ties to anything. Get rid of it all by remembering your true nature as infinite awareness that is beyond all these concepts. This ties in with the ancient idea that life is a preparation for death, but most don't prepare themselves for it and instead focus entirely on the material activities and attachments they have. And then they die and reincarnate all over again due to these ties. A physical existence here programs your consciousness in such a way as to believe all kinds of things that will keep you stuck here forever. That is the occult secret. Basically, we have to let go of all we have been taught and set our consciousness free from its bondage to this realm. The way to recognize this bondage is to notice all the ways you think about yourself and how it's tied to human existence and not tied to being a state of infinite awareness. If you break this programming, then you can reconnect with the infinity that is your true home. So yes, it sounds shocking and bizarre, But we have to dare to let go of everything inside our consciousness concerning this human existence in order to make consciousness boundless. It actually makes a lot of sense, but many people will not dare to do it because they are so attached to people, their friends, families, partner, children, physical looks, and things like money, career, status, home, car, you name it. That is the problem, because by that very act we are making what is meant to be boundless bound to the finite world. Can you see what I'm trying to reveal to you? As the ancients would say, he who has ears, let him hear. We can even change our words from now on into this. I am boundless awareness, currently bound to a human existence, but who I really am beyond this persona remains boundless for all of eternity. Now I would suggest you find this nature within the depths of your being before your body dies. It is wonderful to grasp and experience. It will remove a lot of confusion and suffering as you are going through this journey. And once the time comes for you to leave the body behind, you will have already made sure to remember and experience your true nature beforehand, so that you no longer are lured back to this dimension of suffering and limitations. A true realm of madness created by dark forces to try and keep you stuck. And this darkness will be addressed in future videos. And I know for some of you, it might be kind of morbid and strange. You're like, why is he talking about darkness, this and that, the demonic? Well, things have taken a turn for the better, at least, I would say. But initially, it might seem like I've gone a little off the deep end into the darkness. And that might seem bad, but what I've discovered is by revealing not just the light and the positive of infinite awareness that you really are, it is also important to understand the darkness in which you now exist, which is being kept hidden from billions of people. Because by understanding the nature of this current reality in which you now exist, you can also better navigate it and understand why things are happening to you, and better understand, as I will explain further in a future video, that the negative that you actually experience in your thoughts and feelings and that you see happening in other people, their negative thoughts and feelings, it's actually all forced upon you by the devil. Yeah, I already gave you a hint, but how that all works will be revealed over time through multiple videos as I keep posting them, because I got so much information here in my journal from which I will make all these videos. I won't turn them into books, but instead, in my case, I will just keep posting all these insights through videos so people can study them for themselves, so that hopefully they will figure out a way on how to, break free from all this suffering, from all this bondage to dark energies that would otherwise keep you in ignorance for as long as possible. And being ignorant is not very nice, I can tell you that. Once you have the wisdom of who you really are and can experience it for yourself, then you'll never want to go back to that darkness of ignorance ever again. And that's the goal. That's how you go back home to infinity.